The fluorescent lights of the community center gym cast harsh shadows across the worn mats as Marcus Chen adjusted his freshly pressed black belt, the fabric stiff and new against his waist. He'd waited 5 years for this moment, 5 years of discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication to earn the highest rank in Master Park's dojo. Now, at 28, with his black belt ceremony still fresh in his mind and his Instagram flooded with congratulatory comments, he felt invincible. "Hey, you," Marcus called out, his voice echoing across the empty gym. "You work here, right?" James Sullivan paused mid-sweep, his weathered hands gripping the mop handle a little tighter. At 42, James had the kind of face that told stories, deep lines around his eyes that came from equal parts laughter and worry, and a quietness that suggested he'd learned long ago to keep his head down and his mouth shut. His janitor's uniform hung loose on his lean frame, and there was a tiredness in his shoulders that came from working double shifts just to keep the lights on. "Yes, sir. Just finishing up. You need something?" James's voice was soft, respectful. Marcus smirked, bouncing on the balls of his feet. "I just got my black belt today. Big ceremony, the whole thing. I'm feeling pretty good, you know. Thought maybe you'd want to help me celebrate. How about a friendly spar? Just for fun." James's expression didn't change, but something flickered in his dark eyes, something that vanished as quickly as it appeared. "Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I need to finish cleaning before." "Come on, man. I can see you're in decent shape. Probably did some martial arts back in the day or something, right? Just a few minutes. Light contact. It'll be fun." Marcus was already moving toward the mat, assuming agreement. Behind him, he didn't notice Master Park emerging from his office, drawn by the voices. James glanced at his watch. His daughter Lily's parent-teacher conference was in an hour, and he'd promised, that he wouldn't miss another one. At 8 years old, she'd already learned to mask her disappointment when her dad didn't show up to things, and that mask broke his heart more than her tears ever had. "I really can't," James said, setting down his mop. "Maybe another time." Scared. The word hung in the air, sharp and deliberate. Marcus laughed, but there was an edge to it. "I'm just messing with you, man. But seriously, 5 minutes. Unless you think a janitor can't hang with a black belt." Master Park, a 70-year-old Korean man whose compact frame held decades of wisdom, stepped forward. "Marcus, that's enough. It's okay, Master Park," James interrupted quietly. He looked at Marcus with an expression that wasn't quite resignation, wasn't quite something else. 5 minutes. Light contact only. Marcus grinned and stepped onto the mat with the confidence of someone who'd never truly been tested. He'd won tournaments, collected trophies, built a social media following around his martial arts journey. This would just be another story to tell, another video to post, black belt spars with random janitor. James removed his work shirt, revealing a plain white t-shirt underneath. His movements were economical as he stepped onto the mat, no wasted motion, no unnecessary flourish. He didn't stretch or warm up, just stood there with his hands at his sides, weight balanced, breathing steady. Ready. Marcus assumed a textbook fighting stance, hands up, chin tucked. He'd learned everything perfectly, exactly as the manual prescribed. James simply nodded. Marcus moved first, throwing a quick jab to test the waters. James slipped it with minimal movement, his head shifting just enough. Marcus followed with a combination, jab, cross, roundhouse kick, techniques he'd drilled thousands of times. But somehow, impossibly, James wasn't there. He moved like water, like shadow, each evasion precise and effortless. Frustrated, Marcus increased his intensity, throwing faster, harder. Still nothing landed. It was like trying to punch smoke. And then, so quickly Marcus didn't see it coming, James moved. Not attacking, just adjusting, a gentle redirection here, a subtle shift there. Suddenly Marcus found himself off balance, stumbling, his own momentum working against him. "What the?" Marcus reset, his confidence cracking. He came in aggressive now, abandoning technique for raw determination. James caught his punch mid-air, controlled it with a grip that was firm but not painful, and with a movement so fluid it looked choreographed, guided Marcus into a position where he was completely immobilized. No force, no violence, just perfect technical control. "Yield?" James asked quietly, his voice carrying no triumph, no mockery. Marcus tapped frantically. James released him immediately and stepped back. By now, several other students had filtered into the gym, drawn by the commotion. They stood frozen, watching as their newly minted black belt struggled to his feet, face flushed with embarrassment and confusion. Again, Marcus demanded. That was just luck. Marcus, Master Park's voice held a warning. Please, Master. I need to understand. James glanced at his watch again, but something in Marcus's voice, a crack in the arrogance, a genuine desperation to learn, made him pause. One more time. But then I really have to go. They reset. This time Marcus was more careful, more tactical. But the result was the same. And the next time. And the next. Each exchange lasted less than 30 seconds, and each ended with James demonstrating such superior technical skill that it was like watching a master musician play with someone who'd just learned their scales. After the fourth exchange, Marcus sat on the mat, breathing hard not from exertion but from the weight of realization. Who are you? James picked up his work shirt and checked his watch. 20 minutes until Lily's conference. He'd have to run. I'm the janitor. And I'm late. Please. Marcus's voice was barely a whisper. I don't understand. I trained for 5 years. I did everything right. How did you? Master Park finally spoke, his voice heavy with something that sounded like old regret. James, these students deserve to know. James closed his eyes for a moment, and when he opened them, they held the weight of a story he rarely told. 15 years ago, I fought professionally. MMA, kickboxing, some traditional tournaments. I was ranked, had sponsors, the whole deal. People said I had a real shot at a championship. He paused, the words clearly difficult. Then my wife got sick. Cancer. We had a 2-year-old daughter and medical bills that buried us. I took a fight I wasn't prepared for, against a better opponent, because the purse was good and I was desperate. The gym was silent except for the hum of the fluorescent lights. I lost. Badly. Broke my collarbone, 3 ribs, shattered my orbital bone. But worse than that, I lost time. Time my wife didn't have. She died 3 weeks later, and I'd spent half of that time in the hospital, recovering from injuries I got because I chose pride and money over being with her. His voice remained steady, but his hands trembled slightly. After the funeral, I quit. Sold my gear, walked away from everything. I took this job because it pays the bills, the hours are flexible enough that I can take care of Lily, and it doesn't require me to hurt people or risk leaving my daughter alone in this world. Marcus felt something crack open inside his chest. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't. No. How could you? James's smile was sad but not unkind. You saw a janitor and assumed. People do that. It's okay. It's not okay, Marcus said, standing up. His new black belt suddenly felt like a prop, meaningless. I was arrogant. Disrespectful. I thought the belt made me something special. James moved toward the exit, but Master Park intercepted him. James, please. Stay. Just for a moment. He turned to Marcus and the assembled students. I should have told all of you this before. James Sullivan isn't just someone who fought professionally. He studied under Master Wong in Seoul for 7 years. Master Wong was my teacher, which technically makes James my junior, but in skill. Master Park shook his head. He surpassed me long ago. When he moved to this city, I offered him a position as an instructor. Multiple times. He always refused. Because being an instructor means setting an example, James said quietly. And I failed at the most important thing, keeping my family whole. I chose martial arts over the people I loved, and it cost me everything that mattered. I can't teach people to make that same mistake. But that's exactly why you should teach, a voice came from the doorway. Everyone turned to see a small girl with dark pigtails and large eyes standing there, clutching a backpack. Daddy, you're going to be late. Lily, sweetheart, I'm coming. James's entire demeanor transformed, softness flooding his features. But the 8-year-old walked into the gym with surprising confidence. Is this the new black belt you told me about? The one who wanted to spar, for fun. She made air quotes around the last part, and several students hid smiles. Marcus had the grace to look ashamed. Yeah, that's me. Your dad just taught me a really important lesson about humility. Lily looked up at her father with an expression of pure love mixed with exasperation. He's good at that. He's good at lots of things, but he doesn't think he is because mommy died and he thinks